Hello Buddy Fighters and welcome to another episode of This Week in Buddyfight. We have some good news and that the Singapore government is saying that we can probably go back to work after June. So hopefully things will get back to normal next month. In the meantime, let's get on with today's show. Just one announcement for this week. We are now 1 week away from a long-awaited product release. Yes, S-UB05 Buddy Again Volume 2 Super Buddy Wars EX will be released in a week from now. But do take note that certain stores may still have difficulties getting their stocks during the pandemic period, with some courier services swamped with deliveries. So always check with respective retailers on when you can get your hands on the latest cards. Now let's head on over to the Buddy Votes Corner. A big thanks to the Buddy Fighters who took part in the polls last week. Our topic last week was your favorite season for the anime series. So now we have the results from the 5 choices available right here. For the top 3 results, you guys out there voted for the following seasons. At 3rd place, Buddyfight X. This was a huge turning point in Buddyfight history as this arc was the last one featuring Gao as the main protagonist. Nonetheless, it was a fun season with an all-star tournament at the end of it. At 2nd place, Buddyfight 100. This was a surprise. We kinda expected all top 3 to be filled with the latest seasons, cause it's still fresh on everybody's minds. Still, it was a very good season in terms of story and character developments, and lots of buddy fights to keep the audience on their toes. And our audience's favorite season for the Buddyfight anime series is, drumroll please, Buddyfight Ace. Well, that was anticlimactic. I mean, that's the latest season, so it will definitely be easier for the players out there to vote for it. At one point, there were worries that not everyone will take to the protagonist's change to Yuga, Gao's son. But apparently the worries were unfounded. Most players loved the new series and caught on right away. It is still pretty surprising that the most watched series, the original Bodyfight Season 1, was not that popular. It sure was my favorite season for the anime series though. For this week's poll, we are going to do something a little different from our usual polls. Yes, we are going to have a smaller pool of choices for this one. Now, do you remember how the main characters' buddy monsters seem to take a liking to certain foods? The main buddy monsters I'm talking about are Drum, Ball, and Butts. Yes, their favorite foods are pudding, pizza, and takoyaki, or octopus dumplings when called in the anime. Now remember, this is not a poll for your favorite buddy monster, but the foods that they like, and which one is your favorite. Frankly, I'll probably eat the top choice you guys vote for once the food services resume where we are. Now head on down to the polls on the official page and vote for your favorite food from the series. Links to the poll can be found in the description below and of course on our official website. Now go cast your vote and join us on the show next week for the results. Let's head on down to the Buddy Pointers Corner. Since we are still stuck indoors due to the pandemic, let's take the chance to go over some tips and pointers of proper card storage and care. I'm sure we have all gone through this before, so hopefully the newer players can pick up some tips and the seasoned veterans can take it as a refresher course. Let's go! First up, sleeving or re-sleeving your cards. Since we probably have some free time on our hands right now, a good idea will be to re-sleeve some of your decks. Or if you don't wish to re-sleeve your decks, maybe you could wipe down the current sleeves of your decks to keep them clean. During the process of unsleeving your cards, you may have noticed that some of the higher rarity cards tend to be slightly curved. This varies from climate to climate, and countries with higher humidity levels are more likely to experience warping. For the curious, this actually is a result of having different materials in the manufacture of higher rarity cards. Since different materials have different rates of expansion and contraction, with the change in temperature and humidity, the higher rarity cards tend to bend a little. You can take the opportunity to flatten the cards between some books or heavy objects. Just remember to retrieve them once you are done. Last but not least, let's talk about card storage. The most common method will be to put the cards or the decks that you are not using into storage boxes. You can even reuse the product boxes after you have opened all your packs to store your cards. It's a little better for the environment and I would recommend this over just throwing out the product boxes. For the players living in humid climates, you can choose to put some silica gel packs with your cards as they help to reduce the card bends for high rarity cards. Those were just some tips to help you guys look after the cards and hopefully prepare them for use once the COVID-19 pandemic is over. And that's all we have for you this week in Buddyfight. Join us again next week for the next episode, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay home, and we'll see you next week. Bye!